going to make hamburger tomato soup, just like Mom used to make. Pound-and-a-half of hamburger, 2 small onions, or 1 large onion, about 4 cloves of garlic, large can diced tomatoes, 2 cans of beef broth, a little bit of seasonings, 1.5 cups of elbow macaroni. Don't put too much macaroni or you're going to make goulash and not hamburger tomato soup. Alright, you're going to get a big pot and a little pot. Fill your little pot up with about halfway of water. Turn it on high. And take our big pot. We're going to put in our hamburger. We're going to put in our onions and our garlic. Dice up both onions. You want to mince the garlic. We're going to cook the elbow macaroni separate, about 3/4 of the way, and then we'll add it in. So we're going to let that brown, and we'll come back to you when it's good and brown. Alright, now that our hamburger is good and brown, still waiting on the water to boil for the noodles. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of seasoning. I'm going to add in some Italian seasoning. Not a lot. A little garlic powder. You can really season it however you want. I'm going to add in a little garlic salt. A little onion powder. Use some sea salt. And a little black pepper. Stir that up. We're going to dump in 64 ounces of beef broth. Bring that to a good boil. Looks like our water for our noodles is bubbling. Go ahead and add our noodles in there. And once we get this to a nice roll, we'll add our tomatoes. Alright, I'm sure you noticed I didn't drain the grease out of the hamburger. I leave it in because I think it adds a little more flavor. But now that we got our broth up to a rolling boil, we're going to go ahead and add our large can of diced tomatoes. And our noodles are done. Said cook them about 3/4 of the way. You don't want to cook them all the way. That way you can add them into here and they won't be super mushy. After we add our tomatoes, we're going to go ahead and another last round of seasoning. Season it to your taste. Once we get that up to boil, we're going to go ahead and add in our 3/4 cooked noodles. I only use it 1.5 cups. If you put too much, it makes it way too much like goulash. We want soup. It's cold here today. Right now it's 6 o'clock. The feel outside's -5. So we decided to make some hamburger tomato soup. And as soon as you pour in your noodles, you can go ahead and kick it off. Give it a second. Let it sit for a little bit and cool down. Let this sit overnight. Whatever's left over tomorrow, throw the pan back on and add you another thing of broth and hamburger tomato soup again. Because overnight those noodles will soak up most of that broth that's left. Get you a bowl. Like and subscribe.